So I have everything on my phone here so when Terry asked me a few weeks ago if I'd volunteer to help today, I immediately was excited to. But then I felt super brave, and I was also a little high. And I said, Terry, my team and I at Pure Being are doing this workshop on activism. Is it okay if I say a few words and also bring some flyers for the workshop? And so she said yes, and then I woke up the next morning and I was like, what have I done? So unfortunately she told me yes, and so like I said, I woke up the next day, I was nervous, and I didn't write anything until this morning, and I didn't really know what I was going to say. But I'm not a public speaker. I don't have impressive credentials. I doubt my name comes up a lot when people talk about activism, but I do try to do one thing every day that scares me. And today, here we are. I'm just a woman with a lot of passion, and I've been screaming for a revolution for years. And until recently, it felt like I was screaming into the void. But sometimes whenever I lift my voice, I've found that people need to hear what I have to say. Because despite everything, I ground myself in hope, and I think that we all just need a lot of hope right now. So I've struggled to keep my water and electricity on before, and I've struggled to pay my mortgage. I've gotten louder about the many truths that we know deep down, that our government has not been working for us, and it hasn't been working for us for a very long time. The people in power are there for one purpose: to serve the rich, to make them richer and more powerful while the average person fights just to feed their family and house them. And hope gets snuffed out by fear and division, black against white, man against woman, Republicans versus Democrats. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are just words on old faded paper, illusions signed with quill and ink, barely more believable than fairies and dragons. For so long, it felt like everyone was asleep to this, but now people are starting to wake up. Unfortunately, it's because the elite have stopped pretending. They're being more brazen. They're saying the quiet part out loud. We can't ignore them anymore. It's finally undeniable that something has to change. And people, ordinary people, are standing up ready to make a difference. A wise woman once said, "We won't go back." And that's where the hope comes in. As people like us gather and form community, finding ways to resist, we are building a better world. The world before didn't work for us, and now we have the chance to build something better. We're building a world where we don't tolerate our neighbors going hungry or skipping the doctor because they can't afford it. Right now, we're inundated with so much cruelty, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and unsure of where to start. But we're done being silenced. We're done settling for what we thought we had to accept in the past. All of the evil, hatred, and fear has come to light to wake people up, and now here we are. That's the beginning of hope. Hope isn't naive. It's not ignoring the darkness. It's lighting a candle because of it. Hope is the voice that says we can do something, and the truth is we are. We're organizing, creating, resisting, planting gardens, raising children with more empathy, showing up for each other when the systems don't. That's not weakness, that's revolution, that's evolution. Hope is not about blind optimism, it's about clear-eyed courage. It's about saying, yes, the world is on fire, and yes, I'm still going to build something beautiful right here anyway. Every time you choose compassion in a culture of cruelty, that's hope. Every time you speak up when silence would be easier, that's hope. And every time you make space for another woman to rise, that's hope. The workshop we're offering at Pure Being isn't just about protests or politics. It's about remembering that you matter. Your voice, your body, your care, your anger, your love, they matter. And your activism may not look like the person sitting next to you's activism. Maybe you're a giver or a creator. Maybe you're a leader. Maybe, like Terry, you're a connector. There are different types of activism. There's a place for you in this movement, and in our workshop, we'll help you discover it, so you can feel a little less overwhelmed and a little bit more rooted in your purpose. We're not just trying to survive this moment, we're trying to shape what comes next. So here's the flyers, they're sitting around. It's June 22nd. I'm sure I'll see a lot of you guys at protests and rallies and everything, but sometimes like I said, that's not for everybody. You might not resist in the same way as the person sitting next to you, but there is a place for you to resist. And if you're looking for that place, come to our workshop. We'll help you find it.